and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Imogen and I've just started the Grampians Peaks Trail, which is a 160k hike through the Grampians. So this hike is two firsts for me. First hike in winter in Victoria, so expecting it to be quite challenging in terms of sleeping on the mountains. It'll be quite cold. And secondly, I've only had 2 days to prepare for this. I only decided driving back from Marua, where I did a skydiving course last week. See how this goes. I'd give myself 6 days at this stage to finish it, which is quite a challenge. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll just take each day as it goes and see what happens. I've just left my car at Mount Zero and hopefully can get picked up somehow, or my family can drive my car down to Dunkeld, where's the finish line. Kind of letting a lot of variables run wild for this hike. I'm super excited to just get out in nature and see what happens. Good morning. So it's just about hit 5 o'clock and I've just packed my bag. Did half last night and half this morning, and so I'm driving now to Mount Zero picnic area, where it's about 3-4 hour drive. A little update. Ended up climbing up there for the past 10 minutes rather than just taking the easy route of walking down there. Luckily, turned back around. Update time. Been walking for just under 4 hours now. I had like a 15-minute break 2 hours back. Been going really well. It was only 2 little hiccups where I just saw some rocks. I was like, oh, I want to climb those, realizing that it wasn't the path. The path was off a corner, but it's okay. It was only a 10-minute delay. It was kind of fun, and also I got my first cut. Apart from that, the hike's been pretty easy so far, and I've just passed Bariga, the first campground, and planning to stay at the next campground. So I'm just going to have some lunch, a lunch break, and then keep walking. Alrighty, so time for a little update. I've been going for quite a while and done over 20 Ks. I'm about 2 Ks out from camp, and I've passed these hikers and they've said there's some boys up at camp. So hopefully not too rowdy, but I kind of guessed it because I saw some rubbish on the track. Who else would leave rubbish out on the track here? Hopefully I can still have a good night's sleep tonight. That's the main thing, but I thought I'd give an update now. Been so fortunate today with the weather. It's been absolutely gorgeous, and I don't think it's too much rain for the rest of the week. So hopefully not too cold tonight, and another day like this tomorrow. Amazing. Woo, I made it. Only one to have written in the visitor book. Good evening. So I've had dinner and I hopped in my tent. As soon as the sun went down, it got so cold. It's freezing. My hands are numb. because I think it goes down to like 0 tonight. I'll go straight to sleep because I'm pretty buggered and I've got a big day tomorrow. So it turns out there's like 15 high school boys here and they got lost and then ended up coming after me, even though they were way ahead of me. So now they're here, they're super loud. So hopefully I can get a good night's sleep in still. Good morning on day 2. It is currently freezing and 0 degrees, so literally freezing, and I can't feel my fingers, my throat. I was losing it yesterday as well, as you'll probably hear, but I think I've lost it even more because it was so cold through the night. But I managed to keep pretty warm. These boys, I think they were a choir or something, they kept singing all night. They're actually in tune, which was quite funny. So that kept waking me up throughout the night. Thankfully, I did get a fair few hours sleep and in bed for a whole 12 hours. So feeling pretty rested and excited for another beautiful day. So I've made it to Werdug, the third campsite of the trail. Next up is Holes Gap. Woo! Werdug is a walk-in campsite, but considering I'm not staying here and it's only still early, I'm going to continue on. Time for a little update. I just realised my throat is going even worse. Just realised because I haven't seen anyone all day. I am currently just under 21 Ks. My legs are a little bit buggered. I'm still feeling pretty good. And like the hike, it's funny because my last hike was South Coast Track and the Port Davey track. That was so challenging, like not seeing anyone. And it was just really not defined, the Port Davey track. And then here, you're going over roads and stuff. And I saw heaps of people yesterday and like it's very clear and well marked. It's a bit mentally funny. But anywho, not far from Holes Gap now and just having my lunch break because I had my morning tea break and it was like I ate all my afternoon food as well because I was so hungry. All up, going pretty well. That was tough. Time for a little update. I haven't stopped since lunch, or apart from just to fill up the drink bottles at Holes Gap, because it's getting on past 5 o'clock now and the sun's setting down. Still not at camp, and honestly, I don't know how far away I am from camp because there has not been a sign stating how many kilometers to go. So I'm thinking maybe 3 at the most, hopefully, fingers crossed, but I don't know. Just what I'm most worried about is what Mum put into me fear-wise is like falling off a cliff if you hike at night. Considering last hike, I fell into a creek in the pitch black. So I'm hoping just either to get on a safer trail, like I'm not sure if there's just lower on the ground, hopefully, for the last few hours of the last few Ks, I mean. Sorry, you can tell I'm getting a bit tired. I've done over 33 Ks and I'm still not at camp. Well, I plan to do 35, so hopefully soon. On a more positive note, I just received an email confirming my A license for my skydiving. So now I can go skydiving solo. Just for a little background information, I spent the last week learning to skydive, and all that meant was I was stressed and nervous for a whole week. I absolutely loved it, and did 14 jumps in total, and so now I'm an A licensed skydiver. Excited. It's only less than half a K to where I'm staying tonight. Night 2 is couscous with peanut butter. Alrighty, so I'm in my tent, as you can see, and I'm ready for bed. I wasn't that tired when I first got here, and I was eating dinner, but it just hit me. I'm like, I need to sleep. And so today I ended up doing 36 Ks with a fair bit of elevation in there. It was actually a really good day. I'm spent now. Time for me to sleep and get up early again tomorrow for another day. Also, it's not as cold as it was last night. It's still chilly, but we're not on the top of a mountain, so I can feel the difference. These are very yum. Good morning and welcome to day 3. My throat is going even more than it was the past 2 days, which is fun. And I've already tripped over this morning. That's actually my first trip, I think, this whole hike. Coming from the bathroom, I tripped into a bush on the stairs. So that was good. Luckily I didn't hurt myself, I don't think. Off for another big day today, but not as big as yesterday, thankfully. So I'm just going to take it easy. Yeah, had breakfast and I'm all fresh and ready to go for another beautiful day. So cool, I just realized you can see the campground where I stayed last night. Pinnacle is up there. A quick little thought that I just had all over the last day. What I've done since Hall's Gap was the Grampians Peaks Trail before the full thing was finished, so the 3 days and 2 nights one. And I did that a couple of years ago when I thought like 37 Ks in a day was a lot without a pack on, let alone yesterday I did 36 Ks with a pack on. So it just shows pushing through, you just things become more mentally easier to grab, I suppose, and to complete. So yeah, that's just popped into my mind. For a little update, I've just had lunch at Yalag campground, which is the 6th campground of the trail. I'm feeling a lot better now after that. My little negative voice was coming into my head before that, thinking, why are you doing this to yourself? You could have had fun for the week, could have gone to Tassie, could have just enjoyed myself. But I am enjoying myself. I just think it was the fatigue kicking in. But I've had lunch, had my coffee. Probably was just coffee withdrawals I think I was going through. I'm going off to Jewel campground now, which is like 13 Ks away, and I'm a little bit worried again about having enough time to get there with the sun being up. But I think if I just push through, I'll get there. But enjoy it, of course. Like quite fatigued before, but feeling a lot better after good food and some electrolytes and stuff. So that's it for me at the moment. Just got to keep up the positivity and just embrace being out here in nature. Well, you definitely don't want to be larger than life coming through here. I don't know how I'm gonna get through. I made it, but no way I was getting through that way. I ended up, oh shoot, crawling through over that. A lot easier for me. I'm not sure what others did or recommend, but that was my way through. Ooh, so cool. I was just up there like not even an hour ago. So I've made it to the top of Redmond Bluff, rock mound just next to me. And I'm super sweaty even though it's like 6 degrees and my throat is like so sore. But apart from that, that was an amazing hike. From this morning going through the mostly bush down the mountain descent to this, it's just lifted my mood so much, and that's why I love hiking. It was just such beautiful terrain and a challenge as well. From the Barry Yalug campground where I had lunch to here, it's the highest elevation increase on each day, so it's like from 700 meters all up, so bit of a climb, but it was so much fun and I loved it. It was so beautiful, the scenery around as well. So now I'm just gonna head off to camp, which I think is probably like 4 or 5 k's, so I better get moving because the sun is starting to go down. So made it. Is starting to stress for a second there because the sun was going down and it was getting like reasonably dark, and I'm like, oh no, and I didn't know how far to go. Calculations were correct and I got here 5:40 just as the sun is like almost set. Yeah, give me time to put on my tent, and I got a nice glow in this sunset. All up I did like 29 k's, so bigger than I thought, but feeling actually pretty good. Night 3, cold soaked noodles again. Woo, with TVP and dehydrated peas. Okay, so I've just realized my power bank went flat. I thought it would last longer, but because I knew there was USB, using it up a lot, not caring. So now definitely making use of the USB ports at each campsite. And ooh, I'm looking a little bit more tired than I have the past few days, and my throat is still not better. That's okay. Last night, ooh, it was chilly. It wasn't as cold as the first night, colder than the second night, because I think it's all just to do with the elevation. Anyway, not important. So I'm off to Derd now. Which is like 4.5k. Got up this morning, had breakfast. My flashlight wasn't working, so I had to use my phone light to get everything ready. So that was challenging. Apart from that, it was a pretty nice morning. My hands are frozen. Anyway, that's it for me right now, and yeah, just excited for another beautiful day.
I made it to Mount William. Too bad, very cloudy and foggy, not much of a view. Before, was any consolation, walking up from Duo where I stayed last night, the sun was out and it was beautiful, the sunrise. Kind of missed it now. Made it to first one and hike campsite, which is that. Current path down the mountain. Ooh, I've made it to Durdurd campground, which is the 8th campground for the trail, and so now I'm gonna have lunch because I'm absolutely starving. Time for a little update. So I'm almost at camp for tonight, which is amazing because it's still like another hour till the sun sets. Today has gone, it's just a less shorter day. Feeling pretty fatigued. Like since lunch, I felt just so out of it. I think maybe I ate too much at lunch or something, or maybe I'm just feeling a little bit tired. I don't know. Just funny feeling. So I'm looking forward to setting up camp soon, and yeah, next 10 minutes I'd say. And I'm just taking in this beautiful view. Like where I am right now, it's incredible. Made it to Yarram and I don't have to put my tent up in the dark, and oh my gosh, it's actually so beautiful here. Okay, so it's time for me to go to sleep. In the end, I ended up doing just over 27 Ks, and I am starting to feel really tired. Getting those negative thoughts back again, because I think fatigue's kicking in, and so that little voice playing in your head telling you, what the hell are you doing to yourself? But anyway, I know a good night's sleep will make them go away for tomorrow, so pretty excited for tomorrow, and also a little bit nervous because I am quite tired tonight, but I'm sure it will be really good because today it was pretty beautiful, but it was really cold. It was the coldest day yet. Anyway, lights out for me. Good morning on day 5. I'm just leaving Yarram campground now. As you can see, the shelter in the background. I woke up this morning and it was raining. That's why I'm in new clothes today. I'm in my wet weather gear. Don't know if that's good or bad, but it's nice to have some fresh clothes on. So I'm off to Wannon campground, which is like 11 Ks from here. And I'm leaving pretty good time today. It felt easier to get out of bed. But last night was a weird night. I kept waking up and having all these really like vivid dreams about missing my alarm, and felt so real. The sun's up and I was sleeping. I don't know, really weird. But my alarm did go off at normal time, 6:30, and yeah, I didn't miss it. But yeah, sorry, super excited for today. Feeling better than I did last night, which is good, and pumped for my second last day of hiking the Grampians Peaks Trail. So for a little background information, these trails that I'm walking on currently have been made specifically for the Grampians Peaks Trail. That's why it kind of still looks like they're being made, or like a construction site. So I think give it a few years and they'll look a lot better than they do currently. Oh my, I was just filling up my water, and as I was filling up I saw there was a spider in there. So I don't know if he's been in there since I've been drinking out of it, or he just hopped in there when I was filling it up, but something to use my blissful ignorance for and say it hopped in when I was filling it up. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I found a smidge of blue sky. Weather is looking up. Not so much over there. Oh, I can see more than just fog now. I don't know if that's the campground I'm going to, but I can see, yeah, I think it would be. Ooh, how exciting. I can see emus. They're running away. Aww, how cute. In addition to the emus, there's lots of emu poo as well. I think it's emu poo. I made it to One and Hiking Campground. It's actually so beautiful here in terms of the mountains and animals. In terms of that hike though, it was like, oh, my beanie's running away. It was actually pretty easy. Like, it's only 11 o'clock and yeah, smashed out 11 Ks, and I had like a phone call in the middle of that. I'm here. It was like a lot easier terrain in comparison to the rest of the trail. So I'm just gonna have a snack here, I think, and then continue on, but take my time because it must be pretty easy from here on as well, because it's only 5.5 hours to do 16 Ks. Thinking potentially that hut thingy you can see there is where I'm staying tonight. Ooh, so I've made it to Jadi Jawara hiking campground, which is 11th campground of the hike, yes. I ended up today doing 28.5 Ks. Is my bed for tonight. Well, last night on the trail, oh my gosh, oh, I keep blinding myself. No, not a fan of my flashlight. Still got a big day tomorrow, but this time tomorrow night, I'll probably be driving back home. Finally, because I got here a bit earlier today, which is nice. I've been carrying this book around with me the whole time. All I've done is hike and sleep, and the little bit that I'm not doing that is generally eating. So I haven't really made time to do any reading. Before it gets too dark, I might fit a few pages in tonight. So lugging this around for 160 Ks is finally worth it. On day 6, I know you can't see me that well, but I think you can see the shelter light just in the background. Yeah, well, the reason you can't see me is I'm leaving a little bit earlier today, so I can still visibly see, but just not as clear as I had the other days. But the reason for that is I'm going home today. So today's my last day on the hike. So I'm off to my Darjeeling campground now, where there's a climb. Oh, that's so beautiful. There's so many like kangaroos out because it's the sun's coming up. But I thought the trail here is pretty easy, like clear, and just mostly like a road, so it's alright to do with not clear visibility. Anywho, yeah, let's hope this is a good day before I get picked up this afternoon. Woo! and all you can see essentially is fog. I made it to the top of Signal Peak, and luckily it's somewhat cleared up for me. Pack and I went through there. Amazing. I've not seen anyone out here for 3 days. It's been, this morning, it's officially 3 days, which I thought was quite unexpected for such a new and popular trail. I suppose that's doing it in winter for you, I guess. Condensed it so much I'd come across somebody at the campsite or anything. But no, but just now I've come across 2 little boys. So I guess that's a good sign, meaning that I'm getting closer to the finish line, I guess. Unless you count the guy that I saw go past on his motorbike on the Grampians tourist road, then I have come across somebody. Apart from that, no one. I'm not really sure what that TV looking box thing is up there, but Well, I've made it to Mount Abrupt. Ooh, I can now see Mount Sturgeon, the final mountain of the hike, and also where the finish line, Dunkeld. So I've made it to the Mad Dad Jug turn off, but since I'm not staying here the night, I don't really need to stop here, but I think I'll just have a break here and then continue on. This is the last mountain to climb of the Grampians Peaks Trail, Mount Sturgeon. Now I'm officially in the last 10 k's of finishing the Grampians Peaks Trail. Dunkeld, where I'm finishing. Ooh. Ooh. I'm now leaving the Grampians National Park for the first time in 6 days. So I've got 3.7 k's to Dunkeld. Now that I'm coming to the end of the trail, I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and I hope that inspired you to get out and start hiking yourself and trying to set challenges to see if you can overcome or not. Probably a bit more preparation than mine, but in the end it all worked out. My 1 day of planning and condensing it by more than half worked out, and my beautiful mum and brother are coming to pick me up. All up, it was amazing. 6 days overall, very big, but I'm going to sleep well probably this week if I'm not sick in bed. No, hopefully not. I don't know, I'm not feeling that great though, but we'll see. But once again, thanks for watching and best of luck with your hiking too. I've almost made it. Made it. Little baby. I'm a little baby.